Here's 2nd and 8. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jalen Carter able to drop it for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Here's Smith to return it. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. All right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to look downfield for Barkley. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball is right on the money and leads to a big play.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Smith. And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Barkley again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll try to pick it up himself. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles will strike first here in this wild card matchup. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size?
Picked on by Jihad Campbell. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A first down carry from Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5. Hurts. This one goes on wide for Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw here. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Eagles. Let's go now.
A pitch comes to Walker. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Come on. Viking 18.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
They're on the 13-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing is Hurts. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 37 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for 1st and 10. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Eagles continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Elliott good on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he rifles one incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Second and 10.
And
now they'll shift things around.
19 Tiger.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Gain of 10 yards. And the Seahawks, first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And Walker has it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
70, Hawk 70.
They'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This could be a start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
From the gun, it's Walker. They're only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. But 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Cup 19. Cup Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
70.
They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And some room to roam now. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
180, 180.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the Eagles, first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Great, set. Hey, let's go.
Barkley inside handoff. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown! Cameron Latu from 8 yards out. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Go! 70 Lions! Warriors 70! Go!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal!
Looking to throw. Sheffield. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. T.J. Watt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
No touch. No
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Past the 20. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Barkley is going backwards here. They come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Elliott is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
We're covered by the Seahawks.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Down by Zach Vaughn. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Eagles.
Back to throw. Sheffield. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot in the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Here's a give to Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. This is Smith to the ground. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
They're going to look to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. And the scramble goes for 20.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how it can hurt you. 5 yards, a good run there. Now 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
Now receiver in motion left.
We'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
A 22-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do they put a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
First down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Zach Blunt buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Sheffield. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There's a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And And it's intercepted at the goal line. Keely Ringo picks it off.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A very rare kickoff return on an onside kick. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Guzman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
A nice throw from the third-round pick. It gets him a first down.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fielded just inside the 30. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start on the ground with Shipley. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this.
Black beers taking out it. We gon' pop a couple. While they poppin' paparazzi pictures. I got my in the back and my bros in the front leading. He keep looking at me, I'ma make that boy. I'm a his friend too, baby, I'm a whole cheater. We can go to France, Avatar, y'all both need a real one. More coin than your last one. Baby, damn, he ain't that fun. I mean, do he got a song with that punk? I mean, do he hit the club in this song? Come on. Do he rock a weed 30 inches long? Do he got a sold out tour? Do that? No, and I went tour.